Ridge Estates is Nicholasville's newest and most unique subdivision. Choose your 70 or 80-foot lot now and live amid rolling hills, cattle barns, and plank fencing. Regional builders are already selling their exceptional homes in this pastoral living environment that pays homage to our family's legacy of tobacco farming. With homes starting at $250,000, it's an affordable, beautiful place to live. Rural yet convenient, Burley Ridge is located on Sufferwell Road, just beyond the upcoming Eastern Bypass. Find out more at www.burleyridge.com.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank Text Banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S Sports. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthodontics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 43rd District here tonight at LCA. Gary Ball with Jack Haynes. We got Dunbar, Lexington Catholic. Lexington Catholic comes in 16 wins, Dunbar 19. And Dunbar comes in with one of the best players in the state, in Michaela Cecil. She averages 25 points. She's one of the top three-point shooters. And Jay Ballard of Lexington Catholic averaging 16.5 points. She's no slouch either, Jack. And when you look at this game, Dunbar and Lexington Catholic, at least on paper, looks like it should be a pretty good game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a top 6 regional matchup here. Lexington Catholic ranks 6th in the region record-wise, and Dunbar 3rd. And they've played twice this year. From the district, they're in the same district, obviously, and it's been close game both times in the first half, and Dunbar pulls away at the end. For Lexington Catholic tonight, the key is if they can make those adjustments to stay with Dunbar throughout the game as it goes on.
So Dunbar comes in with a 19-9 record, coached by Coach Runyon there at Dunbar. Lexington Catholic, coached by Scott True, who joined me on that girls' game last night. That Tates Creek game with LCA. LCA won that one 42-36. The 43rd's already underway. We started last night. We got a tremendous boys' game coming up later tonight. LCA and Catholic boys play tonight at 8 o'clock. So we're looking forward to that. And this gym will start getting pretty full here about halftime of this girls' game.
Oh, I expect this gym to be as packed as it's ever been before. It's going to be one of the biggest games in LCA history.
43rd District basketball, and I'm Gary Ball with Jack Haynes, William Warfield producing, and we'll come back and we'll talk about the starting lineups, and we'll also talk about the key matchups tonight between Lexington Catholic and Paul Arch Dunbar here at the girls' 43rd District at LCA. We'll return after this timeout.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Welcome back here to the girls' 43rd District. The crowd starting to file in here to Lexington Christian Academy. Gary Ball with Jack Haynes. And tonight we're going to look for Michaela Cecil. She's an outstanding senior guard for Dunbar. But you also got Elise Ellison-Coons and Peyton Humphreys, Cheyenne Fullwood, and Anaya Cotton. And for Lexington Catholic, you got Jay Ballard, Ashley Freebus, Olivia Haynes. You got, Mailer Given? Is that the name? And Maya Jazuski, right? Jazeski. So we got all those girls. And what do you think about the matchups tonight?
Well, the keys to the game for me is simple. For Lexington Catholic, they need to let their shooters shoot. In the previous game against Dunbar, they only got 9 points in the second half.
Yeah.
They really need to get their shooters open, find good shots, and let it fly. That's the only way they'll stay in the game on the offensive aspect, because for Dunbar, if they can run the ball through Mashala Cecil's hands and have her either finishing with a shot or an assist, Dunbar might be unstoppable tonight. And also, if Peyton Humphreys can get going like she did in the last meeting with Lexington Catholic, she was almost automatic with those mid-range jump shots. She will be a problem all night.
Jay Ballard is one of the leading three-point shooters in the state of Kentucky. She's in the top 10 with about 2.9 three-pointers made per game. That's not just shot attempts, but made per game. So we know she can shoot the three. She's got to get open for some of those three-point Jays tonight, I think.
Yeah, and Ballard is outstanding at the three-point ball, but sometimes where she struggles is she tries to do a little bit of everything too much. If she can be able to knock down her own shot and find her teammates tonight, Lexington Catholic will be in for a close game with Dunbar tonight.
Yes, and we're looking forward to it. We'll bring you all the action right here on PrepSpin. And we thank, of course, all of our sponsors tonight. We thank Rafferty's. We got a few other ones, and Burley Ridge Estates, White Greer Maggard, Whitaker Bank. All those folks are proud to sponsor the 43rd District here at Lexington Christian Academy. And we're just about set now for the national anthem and the starting lineups. And the national anthem, we understand, will be sung by a young lady who's pretty talented.
Yeah, I believe our producer, William Warfield, was saying she's going to try out for The Voice.
So let's pause now for this.
Burley Ridge Estates is Nicholasville's newest and most unique subdivision. Choose your 70 or 80-foot lot now and live amid rolling hills, cattle barns, and plank fencing. Regional builders are already selling their exceptional homes in this pastoral living environment that pays homage to our family's legacy of tobacco farming. With homes starting at $200.
Good evening and welcome back to the 43rd District Basketball Tournament. Starting lineups are being announced by the public address announcer. First for Lexington Catholic, they will start Jay Ballard, a 5'10 junior, 16 points. Ashley Freebus, a senior. Olivia Haynes, a senior. Mailer Given, a junior. And Maya Jedzeski, a senior. Those are the starters for Lexington Catholic. They're in the blue with the white. Paul Lawrence Dunbar, Michaela Cecil, a 5'7 senior, averaging 25 points. Leading the way for Dunbar, Elise Ellison Coons, averaging 12 points, a freshman. Peyton Humphreys, 7.7 rebounds, a senior. And you got Cheyenne Fullwood, a starter. She is a junior. Anaya Cotton, a senior. Dunbar comes out in their white uniforms. Lexington Catholic in the blue. We're expecting a pretty entertaining ball game here tonight. Lexington Christian moved on to play Lafayette. They will play tomorrow night. And Lafayette boys will take on Dunbar tomorrow night. Here it's Lexington Catholic and Paul Lawrence Dunbar. 19 wins for Dunbar and 16 wins for Catholic. Jumping up, it will be Jazeski. She will jump it up against Ellison Coons. Tap is up, and Dunbar controls it. They're going to give it in backcourt to Cotton. Now she hands it over to Cecil. Cotton in the middle, it goes to Humphreys. Over in the corner, and there's a three-pointer knocked down very quickly by Fullwood. A three-pointer. Jack, 3-0.
Yeah, Fullwood, a 29.3% three-point shooter on the year. She has the ability to knock them down.
And a little bit too much contact there by Ellison Coons, and she knocks the Lexington Catholic girl out of bounds over there. It's going to be foul called. That's her first. Lexington Catholic will put it in play side court. Get it now to Freebus. Freebus, she goes to Jaziski. And back it out now to Haynes, Olivia Haynes. Haynes pounding down the basketball, looking for help. She gets it over to Ballard. Swing it around to Given. The ball loose, picked up by Haynes out front. Man-to-man by Dunbar. Given looking to penetrate and gets rid of it. We're going to have a travel called on Freebus. Turn it over to Dunbar. They lead 3-0 on a corner three-pointer by Fullwood. She was wide open, Jack, and she knocked it down.
Yeah, in the last meeting between these two teams, Lexington Catholic dug themselves a huge hole early in the game by turning the ball over too much.
Cotton with it out front for Dunbar. Penetrates. Gives it now. Here's a short jumper by Humphreys. Won't go. Stuck back up and in.
Ellison Coons cleaning up on the offensive glass.
She's the younger sister, we understand, of Kiara Pankins, who played at Lafayette. Haynes had an open shot. She wouldn't take it. Olivia backs it back out of there and sets the offense. Comes over now to Given. It's 5-0 Dunbar. Down low they go, and there's a foul called on the penetration by Ballard, and she'll shoot two.
Yeah, good play there from Lexington Catholic. Jay Ballard coming off a screen underneath for the open layup. She'll head to the line for two.
Yeah, that was a design play. You're exactly right. And she missed the shot due to the foul. She'll shoot two. Ballard, a outstanding free throw shooter at 78% on the season. She's 1 for 1 in this game. And it's 5-1 Dunbar. Ballard missed that one and tapped out of bounds. And last touch, they say, by Jazuski, and the girl with the name that nobody wants to pronounce.
Good pressure here from Catholic.
Got a steal, Olivia Haynes, and she's handling it back court, into front court. Bounces down low to Jazeski. Jazeski looking and gets it now to Freebus, and they're going to call it 3 seconds.
Yeah, that might have been 3 seconds on 3 different people from Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, they were all camping in there, weren't they?
Dunbar doing a good job of pressuring Catholic when they get it inside.
So the primary ball handler will be Cotton. Left side in there is pulling up and knocking it down is Fullwood. She's got 5 points already.
Yeah, Fullwood could be a problem for Lexington Catholic if they can't get a hand in her face.
Freebus playing catch with Ballard. Long pass goes down court to Given. Right side, and here's Haynes, and misses that 10-footer. Battle for it, and let's see, we're going to have a jump ball, and the altered possession will give it to Dunbar. They lead it 7-1 with 5.5 to go here in the first quarter from the girls' 43rd district. Coming up tonight, Lexington Catholic and LCA boys.
It was a good pass from Given there on that last possession for Catholic, but she should have went straight up with that and tried to draw the contact.
.5:30 in the first quarter. Olivia Haynes penetrates, throws it up, no good, and battle for it. Coming down with it is Jazeski, and she double dribbled. Seven to 1 Dunbar. Boy, Cheyenne Fullwood has 5 points already.
Similar start for Dunbar here from their last meeting with Lexington Catholic, getting off to a hot start and forcing turnovers on the defensive end.
Three-pointer out of the left side, knocked down by who else? Cheyenne Fullwood. She's got 8 points. My goodness, and it's 10 to 1 Dunbar as Fullwood's got the stroke going tonight there, Jack.
Yeah, Fullwood's on fire tonight here in the first quarter at LCA 43rd District first round.
10 to 1 is your lead for Dunbar. Timeout called by Lexington Catholic because Scott True wanted to talk about things, and what he's talking about is you're leaving Fullwood wide open. She's hit a couple of threes. You can't do that.
Yeah, and Lexington Catholic getting off to the same sloppy start as they did last time when they faced Dunbar, and that's going to hurt them in the long run of this basketball game.
Michaela Cecil hasn't even got off on track yet. She averages 25 points, but she doesn't have to when Cheyenne Fullwood's doing what she does. Ballard over to Olivia Haynes. Dribbles. She's triple team, gets out of it. And here's a shot put up and in by Lexington Catholic by Jazeski. And she knocked that one out. It's the first field goal. It's 10 to 3.
A great shot from Jazeski down low. If she can knock those down, she'll have a lot of opportunities.
And here's Ellison Coons turning and scoring. She has 4 now. 12 to 3 Dunbar. Pass trying to go to Given. It's going to be knocked away there by Dunbar, out of bounds by Dunbar with 4:29 to go. They lead 12 to 3. Pass goes to Freebus. Freebus puts it down. Needs some help now. Gets it back out to Given, and Given gives it over to Haynes. Olivia looking for Ballard, but she's clearing out. Now gives it up over to Jazuski. Back it goes Freebus to Ballard. Ballard going baseline, and she reverses it. Misses the reverse layup, but a good idea there. Good look at a reverse, and Ballard just couldn't get it to go. It's 12 to 3 Dunbar, 3:52 in the first quarter. Three-pointer, and it's knocked down again. This time it's by Cecil.
Cecil did have her foot on the line, so it will be a 2, but not afraid to shoot, as we all know, Michaela Cecil.
Freebus in the corner. That three-pointer won't go, but Olivia Haynes out of rebound. Sticks it up, no. And rebounded by Dunbar.
Jazeski was wide open underneath the hoop on that three-point attempt by Freebus. Missed an open opportunity to get a quick 2.
Cecil. Back out it comes to Cotton. She comes over to Ellison Coons, lines it up, and it rolls out of there. Rebounded by Olivia Haynes. She's going to be fouled by Cecil.
Olivia Haynes, shortest girl on the court with a couple rebounds already tonight for Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, getting in there hustling. 3:05 to go We're going to have a couple of subs in. Ariel West has come in, and Katie Witt for Catholic.
Interesting substitutions from Coach True. He's taking out the most active rebounders tonight for Lexington Catholic so far in this one. We'll see what happens with Ariel West and Katie Witt in the ball game now.
West goes in the corner, and there's a three in and out there for Gibbon. Rebounded by Catholic. Give it back and knocks it down. That's a big three for Gibbon.
Lexington Catholic just needs to keep shooting that basketball, and they'll start to see the balls dropping in.
Cecil in the front court. Shayla with 2 points in the game. Her foot was on the line on that shot she took. I was going to call it a three, but Jack was quick to pick up on that one. Cotton out top with it. She's trying to direct the offense. Gives it back to Cecil. Cecil on Ballard. Moves in. Kicks it in the corner, and here's a three-pointer knocked down by Elise Ellison-Coons. Elise Ellison-Coons with the three. She's got 7 now.
Coons and Fullwood doing a lot of the offensive work for the Bulldogs.
Got 15 of their 17. It's 17-6 Dunbar on top of Lexington Catholic, and that's Katie West working with the basketball. Brings it back out, crossover dribble, down the lane, throws it up left hand, and it rolls out of there. Well, it went halfway down. Rebounded by Elise Ellison-Coons. Gives over to Cecil. Yeah, she goes to Humphreys, and here's Ellison-Coons. That shot won't go, and rebounded by Gibbon. Gibbon wanted to push it herself. Down the lane, lost the handle on it. Ellison-Coons clears it out to Cecil. Bounce pass right side, laid up and in by Fullwood. She's got 10 points. It's 19-6. You know, you get the assist there for Cecil. You can do other things, you know?
Exactly. And
you don't always have to score 25 points a game, but you can assist the basketball, distribute it to the basket, and that shot wouldn't go there for Lexington Catholic's Freebus. Just a minute here in the quarter, 19-6, Dunbar on top. Cotton pounds it down out front, man-to-man by Lexington Catholic. Goes over to Cecil, working on Ballard. Cecil, left elbow, dumps it down low to Ellison-Coons, and she has it blocked by Witt, but a foul called on Witt.
Ellison-Coons and Fullwood are on fire.
Yep.
In the first quarter.
They sure are. Ellison-Coons has 7, and Cheyenne Fullwood has 10. Have 17 of the 19 points, and now Ellison-Coons has 8 points. It is a Dunbar barrage with 20, Lexington Catholic 6. 42 seconds here in the first quarter.
Lexington Catholic missing a lot of close-range shots early on. We'll see if they can fix that heading into the second quarter.
Coons knocked down the second free throw as well. They get it in the middle now to West. She comes over to Ballard. Ballard's got to get on track, I think, before Catholic can really have any kind of chance in this game. She's just pounding the ball down with 22 seconds. Ballard out front. Ballard still on the dribble with 14 seconds.
I didn't make it to halftime.
Ballard probably thinking last shot. She goes to the basket and puts a shot up and in, but they're going to say before the shot that it's going to be a foul on Dunbar, and they're going to put the ball out underneath their own basket.
Smart sub from Coach True. Here comes Kate Whitman. She'll be the tallest girl on the court by far, and I would not be surprised if we see a design play underneath the Kate Whitman. Toss it up to her.
How tall is she?
She's got to be at least 6'3".
There's a three-pointer out of the right side, knocked down by Nash, Katie Nash. So Katie Nash makes it 21 to, they say she was just inside the line, don't they?
She was.
21-8, so just inside the line. Dunbar on top, 21-8. We want to thank, of course, all of our sponsors here, talking Burley Estates and also Rafferty's Restaurant. We'll be back. 21-8, Dunbar on top.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the
Dunbar basketball. They work it over to Cecil, left side. Back out it comes now on the right side to Cecil. Michaela backs it in and now brings it back out. Gives it to Cotton. Back over to Cecil. She lets a three fly. Got it. Boy, that was nothing but bottom.
Cecil's only put up 2 shots, but she's knocked them both down.
She's got 5 points. Alita's 16. It's 24-8. And with the basketball is West. She dumps it outside. Ballard penetrates, puts up the runner, and it's good, and she's fouled.
Ariel West making everything happen on that play. Outstanding feed to get Jay Ballard the and-one opportunity.
It's 24-10.
Unbelievable awareness from the freshman for Lexington Catholic. Jay Ballard be open for that shot.
Ballard knocked it down, and she's got the free throw. She's got 4 points, and it's 24-11.
Tanaya Cecil now in for the Lady Bulldogs.
Humphreys back into the drive and up and in off the glass. Ellison Coons, man, oh man, she's got a heck of a game going with 9 points, with 11 now. Witt comes over to Jazeski. Back to Ballard. 6:48 in the first half. Ballard stops and pops and knocks down another three.
Jay Ballard.
I tell you what, she's got 7. It's 26-14.
Lexington Catholic's going to need a lot more than just Jay to get it going tonight and get back in this ball game.
Cotton has it. Down low it goes, and turning and scoring, and fouled there will be Ellison Coons. She's got a career night going right now here in the first half.
Ellison Coons taking advantage of the mismatch down low. No one's going to stop her, so why not? Keep going to the basket.
28-14. Ellison Coons knocks down the free throw. She has 14 points already. She's got as many as Catholic, 29-14. In backcourt, get it toward the middle, and it goes off her knee out of bounds. Almost a steal there.
Katie Witt wide open on the other side, but Katie Nash could not see her all the way through to complete that one.
It's 29-14, Dunbar on top. Trying to go down low with the pass, and it's going to be a jump ball, and this alternate possession will give it to Lexington Catholic. Given checks back in for West, Catholic lineup. 6:05 in the first half, 29-14 Dunbar. Lob goes outside. Right side, there's Ballard lining it up, and she knocked it down. Was that a three?
It was a three-pointer. Jay Ballard knocking it right down in front of Coach Runyon. He just shakes his head in disgust.
29-17, and Ballard trying to keep her club in this thing.
And I just said before, the Catholic will need more than just Jay Ballard, but right now Ballard is doing it all for the Lady Knights.
Tanaya Cecil in there, as Jack said, and Cotton gives it to Humphreys at the free throw line, penetrates, throws it up and in. My goodness, everything going in now for Dunbar.
Bulldogs having a field day down low in the paint.
31-17. The shot won't go, and gets her miss and throws it up and in is Witt.
Not sure what that first attempt was, but
just
not
throwed it
giving
up
up on the play.
Maybe it come off the board and grab it and anything can happen. That's what she was trying to do, I think. Down low to Humphreys, and Peyton gets it back out to Cotton. 4 minutes, 52 seconds, and Dunbar 31-19. Three-pointer and hits off the support as Cecil launched it, and it'll go to Lexington Catholic. Ashley Freebus back into the game, and going out will be Nash. Nash hit that shot from the right side. It came in big time for Lexington Catholic. Freebus, she might have walked, and yes, she traveled as she was trying to pass the ball off to the right side.
She had an open girl on each side of her. Just Lexington Catholic not able to capitalize on some of these opportunities underneath the basket tonight.
31-19, 4:26 to go, first half action.
Good pressure from Malo giving up top.
Cotton, right side to Humphreys, and she traveled, turned it over to Lexington Catholic. Coming up tonight, the LCA boys and the Lexington Catholic boys, 43rd District. Tomorrow night, Lafayette boys will take on Dunbar, and LCA will take on Lafayette. Haynes trying to go right side. It's stolen there by Ellison Coons. Cecil kicks it back to Cotton. 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go. Over goes. Here's a shot put up on go there and rebounded on the backside by Cecil. Shayla Cecil runner, and that hits the front of the rim, and foul is called. Boy, I tell you, I show right now in the game 14 points for Ellison Coons, 10 points for Fullwood. That's 24 of the 31 points by those two girls.
And I don't believe Fullwood's even put up a shot attempt yet in this quarter.
Cotton hasn't scored yet. She's the only starter that hasn't scored. Shayla Cecil knocks down the free throw. What's new? She's one of the top free throw shooters in the state. Timeout called. It's a full timeout with 3:41 to go in the first half. Dunbar 32 and Lexington Catholic 19. We'll be back.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin. Welcome back here to the 43rd District. With is 3:41 to go here in the first half. 32-19, Dunbar on top. And I tell you what, Jack, Dunbar, Ellison Coons, and Fullwood in the first quarter, lights out.
Yeah, and Coach Runyon going with most of the starters here throughout the first half.
Ballard throws it up under some duress, covered there on man-to-man by Peyton. Looked like it was Peyton Humphreys who whistled for the foul. So this will send Ballard to the line. She's an excellent free throw shooter, 78% on the season. She shoots 42% from 3. She knocked down that free throw. She now has 11 points.
Yeah, Jay Ballard, the only one on Lexington Catholic that has been able to find the bottom of the net.
12 points, 32-21. Dunbar on top. Shayla Cecil cut off out there. 2-3 by Lex Cath right now. Drew Humphreys is in there now for Dunbar, as is Tanaya Cecil. Humphreys, baseline, put it up. She drew the foul. Well, Peyton Humphrey she wouldn't be denied. She just went right side, and either she's going to draw the contact and the personal or just bull it up there like she did.
Yeah, Humphreys determined to get underneath the basket on that one.
Yep.
Going to the foul line for 2.
And she makes the free throw. That's her 3rd point. Both teams shooting free throws pretty well, and looks like Ballard 4 of 5 for Catholic. And that one rolls in.
Humphreys, a 61% free throw shooter on the year, gets the friendly roll on both those attempts.
6 for 6, Dunbar, 34-21. Ballard, down low she goes, Freebus, and Freebus passes it, and passes it to Jazeski, and Jazeski gets it back out now to Freebus. Swing it out to Olivia Haynes. Haynes kind of the spark plug out there, isn't she?
Yeah, Lexington Catholic needs to do a better job, and Olivia Haynes needs to do a better job of trying to find those open crevices to find 3-pointers.
Lexington Catholic puts it down low to Given. She spun, threw it up, no good, and Cecil to the basket and rolls out, and battle for it, last touch by Lexington Catholic.
Back down on the other end when Freebus tried to connect with Jazeski, the Knights have the right idea of trying to find her. She's open down there, but they're giving her the bounce pass instead of that overhead pass to where it's easier for Jazeski to catch and go straight up with it.
34-21, Dunbar on top, 2:13 here in the first half from the girls' 43rd district. Good ball game, and Dunbar putting on a shooting clinic. And to the basket, Cecil. She has a total of 8 points now.
Cecil starting to get it going now, along with the other Lady Bulldogs.
Ballard launches the 3. In front of the iron, no good. The iron was very unkind. Launched it into the pep section over there, out of bounds. That's probably just about a foot or 2 out of Ballard's range, I would think.
Yeah,
that was closer to an NBA 3.
Ballard can get a little ball dominant at times. When she gets it going, she'll just tend to keep throwing up more shots and start seeing them not fall.
Cecil out to Michaela, and she launches the 3. No, tracked down over there by Peyton Humphreys. Back to Cecil. 36-21, Dunbar on top. Coming up, the game that everybody's been talking about, LCA and Lexington Catholic boys at 8 o'clock. Should be a good one.
Yes, indeed, and Lexington Catholic will probably go with a full-fledged 3-point attack.
Cecil shot, well, that was a good block by Catholic, and there's a shot in the paint by Humphreys, won't go, and Ellison Coons is going to battle for it inside. She gets the offensive glass, and been a little bit too much of that tonight for Lexington Catholic, that offensive board work for Dunbar.
Ellison Coons all night has been playing like the one who wants it out there. She's going after all the loose balls, all the offensive rebounds, and she's dominated tonight.
Free throw is good by Coons. 15 points for Coons. Came in averaging 12 points, 10 rebounds.
She's on pace to be in the 30s. Ellison Coons.
Her team leading by 16. 37-21, and she makes the second free throw. They lead by 17, 38-21. We'll take a big second half comeback by Catholic now with 42 here in the second quarter. Ballard goes over to Given. And there's going to be a foul called on Dunbar. See, they called it on. Got a clear, it looks, on Janae Stevenson, I believe, cleared out. So that will send Lexington Catholic to the line.
They did give that foul to Anaya Cotton, I believe.
Well, Ballard's made a living at the free throw line.
Always been outstanding from the free throw stripe. Jay Ballard, consistent.
We'll take a look at those first half stats from WL Stats. To the basket, Cecil up and in. Boy, she made that look easy.
Way too easy, blowing right by Jay Ballard for the easy finish with the right hand.
10 points, 40-23, Dunbar by 17. 18 seconds. Ballard clears it out over to West, and to the basket won't go. And here comes Cecil wanting to push it. 8 seconds. Cecil to the basket, throws it up, no. And Stevenson rebounds, no. Stevenson going after it. They're on the floor diving. That's going to do it for the first half. First half comes to a close, and Dunbar, boy, I tell you, an offensive explosion. In particular, it was Fullwood in the first quarter, Ellison Coons and Michaela Cecil in the second quarter.
Yeah, and Ellison Coons all evening has been dominating on both ends of the floor, doing everything for the Lady Bulldogs.
They lead it 40-23 over Lexington Catholic here at halftime, and we'll come back at halftime, and Jack Haynes will give you all the first half statistics here from WL Stats. The big statistic, though, Dunbar 40, Lexington Catholic 23. We'll be back with halftime here at the 43rd District Basketball Tournament.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court. I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
All S, S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you till the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
Burley Ridge Estates is Nicholasville's newest and most unique subdivision. Choose your 70 or 80-foot lot now and live amid rolling hills, cattle barns, and plank fencing. Regional builders are already selling their exceptional homes in this pastoral living environment that pays homage to our family's legacy of tobacco farming. With homes starting at $250,000, it's an affordable, beautiful place to live. Rural yet convenient, Burley Ridge is located on Sufferwell Road, just beyond the upcoming Eastern Bypass. Find out more at www.burleyridge.com.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game. Call and compare prices
at the Lexington Diagnostic Center.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S sports. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
Back here at the 43rd District with Jack Haynes, Gary Ball. Jack, you got a first half stats there for both ball clubs.
Yeah, the glaring one that jumps out off the sheet is Dunbar has 3 players in double digits. Lexington Catholic has Jay Ballard with 14, but no one else with more than 3 points. That is where they've really been hurting. No one else has been able to help out Ballard. And the other stat that's jumped off the sheet to me is the Lady Bulldogs have gotten 10 points off turnovers to the Lady Knights' 0, and also Lady Bulldogs with only 2 turnovers in that first half.
And Dunbar will start with the basketball to start the second half. They will start Cheyenne Fullwood, Michaela Cecil, Anaya Cotton, and Elise Ellison Coons, and Peyton Humphreys.
Fullwood was 4 for 4 in that first half.
Michaela Cecil works it across the timeline, gives over to Cotton left side, and Catholic's in a zone. Cotton kicks it over now, and here's Fullwood to 3, and she got it again.
Make it 5 for 5, Gary Ball.
That's right. Picking up right where she left off in the first quarter.
Shanae Fullwood, unstoppable tonight.
We're in the third quarter, and Dunbar has a 20-point lead, wide open underneath the basket, and Jadzuski lays it up and in.
Finally, the Knights get a nice pass down there to feed Maya Jazeski. Easy bucket.
Jazeski with the first field goal for Catholic here in the second half. Humphreys has it partially blocked, picked up out of there, then knocked away by Ellison Coons, the fine freshman for Dunbar. My goodness, she's a good player.
And that was a big-time hustle play from Ellison Coons. Stopped the fast break opportunity for Lex Cath. They'll have to slow it down now.
It's the girls' 43rd District here at Lexington Christian, Lexington Catholic, and Dunbar. And Dunbar up by 18. They are better than advertised. Dunbar
yes,
is.
For sure. They have a lot of playmakers on this team other than Michaela Cecil.
Here's a shot put up with the left hand and knocks it down there, and that's Freebus with the left hand. 43-27, lead cut to 16. Humphreys in the middle, gives it back out to Cotton. Cotton over to Michaela Cecil. Cecil cut off there by Olivia Haynes. Penetrates, gives it over to Peyton Humphreys. Now she gives it to Cheyenne Fullwood. Fullwood back to Cotton. Cotton's got tape on that left wrist. I don't know what type of injury she might have there, but she's got it taped. And there's Humphreys to the basket, stopping. Won't go. That might have been over the back by Coons, but picked out of there by Given.
I'd like to see Catholic keep pushing the basketball.
They're going to give Haynes that shot. To the basket. Shot put up by Freebus, rolls out, and we're going to have over the back call. It's going to be a foul against Jazeski. He's calling her Jazeski, so you said the PA guys, even at Catholic, call her everything. What do they call her?
They call her all sorts of names. It's a tough one.
It is. Cotton to the basket, up and in. She will get the hoop in the arm. Boy, this was a strong move by Cotton. You know, if you're going to make your first basket of the game, you make it Charles Barkley-like.
You just go strong to the hoop and take the player with you, throw her through the hoop.
And look at Cotton there on the free throw attempt, about a foot away from that free throw line.
Yeah, she likes to make a 16-footer instead of a 15-footer from the free throw line.
She says if she can do it, why not?
Cotton has just given Dunbar an 18-point lead, 45-27. Olivia Haynes working on the dribble out front. Humphreys has the assignment on her. Haynes. Over it goes now to Freebus. And ball knocked away as they try to go down low to Olivia Haynes, and she was knocked away too. Jack being very politically correct over here tonight, and I commend you. I commend you, Mr. Jack Haynes. You have a younger sister on the Catholic team, but yet you have refrained from, you made more good comments about Dunbar than you have Catholic. Just as many anyway.
Hey, I mean, I'm just calling the game as I see it.
That's right. Call it as you see it. Ballard, she's got to really get going here. Kicks it over the right. Freebus has it blocked by Coons, and it goes out of bounds. Ellison Coons got a piece of that one.
Yeah, Fullwood and Ballard underneath. Didn't see the shot get blocked. That's why it deflected off Fullwood. Stays here with Lexington Catholic.
Ballard triggers to Olivia Haynes. Lets the three fly. Back of the rim, no. Good job by Catholic Freebus. Jazeski kept it alive and to the basket, and a shot put up and in there by Given.
Malo Given getting it inside for the easy two.
46-29, Dunbar. Boy, Dunbar, Cecil three-pointer in and out, and rebounded by Given. Gives to Haynes. Haynes wanting to push to Jazeski, and she puts it up and in and draws the foul. No, she put it up and it hit the bottom, but she'll go to the line. That's a good job there by Jazeski.
Yeah, great fast break run there with Jazeski and Haynes. Maya Jazeski at the free throw line for two.
They had a 2-on-1 going there.
Way short on that one is Jazeski.
Short on the free throw. 46-29, Dunbar on top. Dunbar not only looks like a contender in this 43rd district if they win this game and they're up 17, look like 11th region contender.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they're third best record in the 11th region, and they've dominated some of the teams they've played.
Scott County and Lafayette, all those teams will probably have a lot to say about the 11th region. In the middle now, Humphreys' shot won't go and puts it up again as she battled Given there, and she's fouled by Given.
Humphreys not giving up on that one. She wasn't going to quit until she got the foul or the bucket.
We have 4:39 in the third. Paul Lawrence Dunbar leads 46-29 over Lexington Catholic. At the line, Peyton Humphreys, and she knocks down the free throw.
Humphreys on her free throw attempts tonight. Getting the friendly bounce.
Got a very friendly bounce on that one, didn't she? Second one, and it rolls off this time. Rebounded by Given. She wants to push it. Cotton cuts her off, now gives it out to Ballard. Ballard working there on Fullwood. Ballard to the basket and throws it up, and we're going to call a travel on Jay Ballard.
Yeah, in that situation, Jay Ballard needs to find another teammate to dish it off to instead of trying to force that one, taking too many steps.
Fullwood underneath the basket and chases it down, lays it up and in. Boy, I tell you, that's what hustle will do for you right there.
Yeah, the bad pass turning into the easy layup, just like you said. Shanae Fullwood, 6 for 6 from the field.
Dunbar's up by 20, 40-29. That's Ariel West. She's back in there for Catholic, and she has the basketball. To the basket, puts it up and in. Boy, tough shot.
She's got a small frame, but she's not afraid to take it inside with the trees. Jay Ballard coming up with the steal. Ooh, did step out of bounds.
Look at that replay. Took it right in there. 3 defenders snuck in there. 49-31. Katie Nash is in there for Lexington Catholic. Fullwood gives over to Cotton. Ellison Coons goes to the basket, draws the foul.
Good contest from Ariel West, making Ellison Coons have to earn it at the charity line.
She is a tremendous free throw shooter. I show her 6 for 6 at the line. She had 16 points in the first half. That's her first point by my sheet here in the second half. It's 50-31 Dunbar. This young girl's only a freshman.
And she only shoots at 65% from the free throw line, shooting 100% tonight.
Better than that. You're right. 51-31. Ballard across the line. It comes over to West. Free throw line extended. She gets a pick out front from West. Behind the back. Working there on Peyton Humphreys.
Too stagnant on offense right now is Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, West to the basket, over to Given. Given gets it out front. Thinking about the shot there was Witt. She spins. Trying to go down low to Ballard and can't get it to her. And here comes a steal out of there. Michaela Cecil's got it. She walked to the basket. Yeah, they called travel on. I thought they were going to call the travel before the contact. 2:53 here in the third, and Dunbar leads by 20.
Yeah, Lexington Catholic just dug themselves too deep of a hole to start the game, and they've struggled to get out of that hole here in the second half.
Boys game will be Lexington Christian, Lexington Catholic coming up at 8 o'clock here tonight from the 43rd District. 2:38 to go in the third. Pass comes over to Witt. Witt puts it up and in. She will get the soup and the sandwich.
Katie Witt throwing it up there. Got it to fall down. She'll head to the line for an extra free throw attempt. Going up strong on Peyton Humphreys.
Free throw good. Katie Witt makes this a 17-point ball game, 51-34, 2:35 here in the third quarter from Lexington Christian side of the 43rd District basketball tournament. Curry ball with Jack Haynes and William Warfield. Down low as Ellison Coons couldn't get it to go and rebounded there by Given.
Hannah Carlisle in for Lexington Catholic, and Jay Ballard doing a good job of contesting but not fouling.
Here's a steal on the side court by Ellison Coons. Drives in, blocked from behind, and looked like it was blocked. And Coons, it was out of bounds off of Catholic, but it'll go back to Dunbar. That was a good block. Good recovery there by Catholic.
Ariel West flying in from behind.
We're going to look at that again, I believe. We'll look at that one in next dead ball opportunity. Peyton Humphreys. Down low they go to Cotton. She's double teamed. Has it stripped away by Catholic. All right, let's take a look at that replay. Man, look at that great hustle there by Ariel West.
Yeah, Ariel West running down the floor saying not so fast as she jumps up for the rejection, saving Lexington Catholic from giving up 2 points.
Ellison Coons to Humphreys. They go to Michaela Cecil, rolls off, and battle for it, Ellison Coons, and officials are going to confer and are going to give it to Lexington Catholic. You know, a couple three-pointers here. Lexington Catholic could be right back in this thing. They're down by 17 with 1:52. Now they're going to reverse the call, and they're going to give the ball to Dunbar.
It did look like it went off Ellison Coons. We'll see if we can get a replay. But the referee's changing it after Coach Runyon got up in the face of one of the referees, turning into an easy 2 points.
That is 20 points now for Ellison Coons. 20 points, averaging 12.
She's been unbelievable tonight.
Ballard. Full one on her, stops, lets a three fly, and back of the rim, no. Right, it comes back to West, gives it back to Jay Ballard, 53-34. 1:25, and the stand starting to fill up here, starting to trickle in here for the LCA Catholic boys, and there's West to the basket, put it up and in, and she's fouled before the shot.
Looks like the LCA student section is coming in with the blackout for the big game tonight.
Lexington Catholic and LCA Battle Royale here in the 43rd. Shot won't go there, battling down low and coming out of there with it. As you had Whitman in there, but Whitman, a very tall girl, but she couldn't come up with that one. But they're going to give the ball back to Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, Stevenson could not just keep up with that one.
Carlisle penetrates, trying to go back door to Ballard, throws it away. Coming out there with it is Fullwood. Fullwood stops and pops from 8, and it rolls in there. Nice soft touch by Cheyenne Fullwood. She's got 8 points here in the second half.
I don't think anyone on this court, Gary Ball, can stop Fullwood tonight. She's shooting a perfect 100% from the field, on fire.
And that three-pointer out of the corner by Carlisle won't go. West rebounds on the backside. 35 seconds here in the third. West to the basket. West hangs and blocked. The foul will be on Ellison Coons.
Ellison Coons thought she got all ball on that one, trying to return the favor on Ariel West after West blocking Ellison Coons' shot a few moments ago. Ariel West knocking down that first free throw.
I tell you what, that's a pair of freshmen right there, Ariel West and Coons working on each other. They'll be battling in this district for a long time, won't they?
Oh, yes. We'll be remembering those names for a few more years to come here in the 43rd District.
West got both free throws. 55-36 with 28 seconds here in the third. And a steal by Ballard. Ballard with a 3-on-2. Ballard stops, puts it up, and it rolls out, and rebounded by Cecil. Here's Michaela, and she's dribbling into traffic, picked up by her younger sister, Tanaya Cecil. They give it back to Michaela Cecil with 5 seconds, 4. She's got to get a shot off. She launches from about 30 off the front of the iron, and it is third quarter action comes to a close. It is Dunbar 55, Lexington Catholic 36. We'll be back with the final 8 here on the White Greer Maggard High School basketball 43rd District Game of the Week.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before the...
Back here for the fourth quarter here, and Catholic will start with the basketball, and Jay Ballard dribbles it out front. Ballard did not score in that third quarter, but there's a basket up and in. Who scored that one, Jack?
Melo Given driving the baseline.
Looking away there. 55-38. Here's Ellison Coons. Michaela Cecil, right side, back out to Cotton. With Fullwood posting up on the low block, and Peyton Humphreys, they give it back to Cecil. Peyton Humphreys, free throw line jumper, rolls in there. Peyton Humphreys with the bucket, and it's 57-38. Dunbar, 7-12 to play in this ball game. Ballard had 14 in the first half, and make it 17 as she makes it rain here at LCA.
Way downtown, Jay Ballard.
57-41, quickly the other way. Cheyenne Fullwood. She's got a good second half, had a good first half.
Gary Ball, she still hasn't missed in this ball game.
She has not missed a field goal attempt. She is 100%. We got to call her the perfect lady.
Yes,
There's West
indeed.
down the lane and puts it up and tapped around. I think, yes, Ellison Coons got a hand on it last, so it'll go back to Catholic. Catholic needs to start raining those threes here if they want to get back in this game. They're down 59-41.
Yeah, when Lexington Catholic started to go out of it early,
West.
it was a deep three.
Lets a three go, skips off the rim and goes out of bounds to Dunbar. Dunbar 19 wins coming in, Catholic 16. They have 85% of their scoring coming back next year at Lexington Catholic. If they get a big one, I mean, maybe is the Whitman girl a senior? What year is she?
Whitman is a senior.
Okay, because if they get a big, like a big center or something like that to go with the rest of their ball club, Scott True feels like he's going to have one of his best teams next year. So that's all, all good and said and done. But you got to play this one. There's Ballard hitting that big three. That's her only basket of the second half as she made it rain here at LCA.
And you watch there, Fullwood hustling back as Lexington Catholic. No one even noticed her. Jay Ballard right there.
Yep.
Just watched her go behind her, and that was Fullwood's easy layup underneath.
Fullwood still 100% from the field. Doesn't get much better than that. I've got her with, let's see, she had 10 points the first half, and she's got 10 here in the second. So she's an equal opportunistic player with 10 in each half, 59-41. She's got 20 points. What does Catholic do here, Jack? They've got 6:35 to play, and they're down 18 to Dunbar.
Well, Lexington Catholic clearly running out of time, but the only way I see them getting back in this one is getting the stops down here on the defensive end and then pushing it on the offensive end. That's where they've had success, but when they start to slow the ball down, they get real stagnant on offense, and we see Ballard and West taking a lot of forced shots.
And to combat that, it looks like Michelle Cecil and Dunbar and Cotton are going to run some clock here. I say that Cecil goes into the lane, throws it up, draws a foul, and she'll go to the line. I say that. She took it right to the basket, but it did look like Cotton was going to try to pull the ball out of there.
Yeah, and that's smart. That's a smart thing to do late in a ball game, but it's also you have to be careful that you don't get too conservative, because that's also another way that Lexington Catholic can get back into this ball game. But for right now, it looks like Dunbar might have this thing locked up.
Yeah, the Cecil's 85.6% from the line on the season. That's number 3 in the state. I think there's a Wheeler girl that's about 90%, and then the Turley girl's about 89%, and then Michelle Cecil. Ball out of bounds.
Another forced shot for Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, that was Given. She's a junior.
Yep, Ballard and Given. Only starters back next year.
Shot banked in there by Miss Given. She's got 6 points here in the second half, 9 points overall. And we're going to have Fullwood putting the ball in play, 61-43. Dunbar on top. Cotton in backcourt. It's going to be need there by Given. Everybody on Dunbar's team wears a headband. Did you notice that? All the starters out there have headbands on.
You know, I didn't notice that until you
I
said
just
it.
pointed it out. They all have headbands. Michelle Cecil across the line. All-time leading scorer. Stops from 3. Knocked Olivia Haynes down and comes over to Fullwood.
Haynes was hoping for the charge call on that one.
She was hoping. Ellison Coons. Pass, throws it over the head of Anaya Cotton out of bounds, and it'll turn it over to Lexington Catholic.
Looks like LCA student section is getting pretty packed over in the corner.
Getting ready. Ballard spinning. Gets it back out. Here's Given letting it go and knocks it down. Given from 3. She has 12 points now.
Given knocking down the 3. Coach True wants to get a quick timeout here, talk things over, make sure his girls keep up what they're doing. They got to knock down the long-range ball to stay in this one.
Well, they only trail by 15, 61-46, and it was Melo Given who hit the big 3 there. That's her second 3. You know, Jay Ballard has 3 threes here in the ball game. She has 17 points, but they've held her to 3 here in the second half, Jack.
Exactly. So that's when I think Jay Ballard needs to start moving the ball around a little more to find her teammates like Given to knock down those open three-pointers instead of just launching up some contested shots. We'll see what Lexington Catholic can do. If they can make those adjustments and play some defense here, they might be able to make a game of this.
11th region gets underway next Monday over at Eastern. Cotton down low to Allison Coons, Peyton Humphreys. Over it comes, and we're going to have 3-second lane violation against Ellison Coons.
Cecil went down hard on that last play and kind of laid there for a second and then stood up. Everyone forgot about her. She was wide open, but the 3-second call.
Olivia Haynes gets a pass, misses the 3 from the right side, gets it back, and turning and missing the layup there is Jazeski, and rebounded by Dunbar. Michaela Cecil wanting to push it.
Opportunity missed there for Lexington Catholic. Haynes came up short on the 3, but got in there, knocked it around into Jazeski's hands, but she also comes up short.
Humphreys, left side, missed, and Coons puts it up and in. Ellison Coons. He's got 22 now. 63-46. Shot wouldn't go there for Lex Cath, and rebounded by Michaela Cecil.
Another quick force shot from Lexington Catholic by Jay Ballard.
Down to Cotton. She's going to force it up and draw the foul there, and it'll be on Jazeski. Jazeski picks up her second foul. It's 63-46. I tell you what, Dunbar putting up some numbers here tonight. 63. The highest scoring team in girls basketball, Scott County, they put up a 79-point average. I think Dunbar might equal that tonight.
Yeah, Dunbar putting up a lot of points, and all because of Ellison Coons and Fullwood. With the quick triggers tonight, knocking down almost every shot they've put up.
Yeah, she stands back about a foot or two from that free throw line, and that was off the mark. And Ballard there with the rebound and push in behind.
Cotton shooting 62% from the free throw line. I wonder if anyone's ever advised her to take a step up or not.
I'm sure they have.
Cotton
Ballard
does it her way.
Ballard up and in. Ballard to the basket.
Another quick timeout from Coach True.
19 for Ballard, and 64-48 with 4 minutes and 2 seconds to go here. And we want to tell you about Minky Beef Jerky, Bud's Gun Shop, and some of our sponsors here on the network. This is PrepSpin.com, and we've got LCA and Lexington Catholic coming up at 8 o'clock here tonight. The boys' action from the 43rd District. Tomorrow night, Lafayette will take on the LCA girls for a chance to go to the 11th region. And then the Lafayette boys will take on Dunbar's boys at 8 o'clock. William Warfield will be here for all that action.
I wonder if Coach Chalk can get his fellas to make that game competitive with Lafayette and maybe a potential upset in the 43rd District. Coach Chalk, no stranger to the 11th region tournament.
Well, in 2016, he had Tavion Hollingsworth and those guys, and they won the state championship.
Exactly.
Did Scott Chalk, so just 2 years removed from that, a state title run there. But great job. Dunbar played pretty good last night against Tate's Creek, I thought, 50-25.
Yeah, if Dunbar can knock down the long-range shot, they definitely have a chance against the Generals.
Surprising in those games, the Tate's Creek girls scored more than the boys did. That was a shocker. Right side to Humphreys. Outside it comes to Dunbar, and with the basketball, work it over to right side to Cotton. She dribbles out, double teamed, and she's going to be fouled if she gets out of that double team. So Cotton will be fouled.
She'll head back to the free throw line. 1-and-1 bonus opportunity.
Nia Cotton, she has 3 points here in the second half. 3:44 to play. And she missed the free throw badly, rebounded by West. West wanting to push it with Allison Coons back and throws it up off balance, no. Jazeski rebounds, she throws it up, no. And the second attempt, I think she's going to be fouled.
Yeah, good effort by Jazeski, but in that situation, like I said, I would like to see Catholic push the ball to get those shot opportunities, but in that case, Ariel West went inside with 2 guys on her. Should have pulled that one out to find someone trailing behind her for 3.
High arcer by Jazeski, no good.
Jazeski only shooting 39% from the free throw line this year, but has been very effective underneath all season.
Ashley Freebus in for Olivia Haynes for Catholic. 3:35 to play. Jazeski and misses that free throw. Freebus there battling, and Coons might have walked with it. Yes, she did. She grabbed the rebound, but she walked as she picked it up.
On the side out here for Lexington Catholic, Coach True doing a lot of subbing here, going for defense and offense in different situations, but I'd like to see Catholic run a quick play to find either Haynes, Ballard, or Given for an open 3-pointer.
Haynes has it out front. Crossover. Tries to get it back outside to the basket. Given, and she's going to lay it up and in. Well, Given doing a nice job here in the second half. She's got 11 points here in the second half.
Yeah, going to the basket with authority.
64-50. Michaela Cecil to the basket, puts it up, and it rolls out. Coons has got it stripped away there by Ballard. Ballard comes out of there with it.
Strong takeaway from Jay Ballard. Let's see if Catholic can push it.
They can knock down a 3 here, cut it to 11. And Ballard to the basket, put it up and in. That's 21 for Ballard. Cecil the other way. Michaela gives it back out to Cotton with 2:45 to play. 64-52. Allison Coons to Humphreys, over to Michaela Cecil. 3-pointer off the iron, won't go, and rebounded by Fullwood. Has Fullwood missed a field goal yet in the game?
Not on my stat sheet. She has
not on your stat sheet.
Got to give it up to Coach Runyon because he's not letting them just hold the ball and waste the time. He's actually letting them play.
Yep. 64-52, 2:30 to play. Timeout called, and it'll be a full timeout, Williams. So we'll step out here on PrepSpin.com, the home of the 43rd District Basketball Tournament.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours.
Welcome back to the 43rd District, and Dunbar up 64-52 over Lexington Catholic. Catholic a mini run here late in the game.
They need to stop on this one, and wrong person to foul.
Yeah, they fouled one of the leading free throw shooters, not only in this region, but third best in the state of Kentucky. She's only behind Turley of Murray, and the Wheeler girl, 90%. She's at 86%.
And I was just about to suggest that maybe Lexington Catholic try a hack-a-shack on either Cotton or I wouldn't say Allison Coons because she's been perfect from the line tonight, but a few free throw shooters on the court for Dunbar that shoot in the 60s throughout the year. And
Cecil makes them both there, Jack.
Yeah, exactly. And if the ball was in anyone else's hands, might have been a good idea to foul. But
Ballard over to Haynes. Haynes penetrates, goes in, and misses the layup. And chased down by Allison Coons. Leads it out to Cecil to running the court. As Cotton, she puts it up and in.
Just seen a lot more hustle tonight from the Lady Bulldogs on both ends of the court.
68-52. Dunbar on top. Ballard comes over to Given. Throws it to Ballard. She traces it out down, tracks it down out midcourt in the free throw line, and she is going to be
double dribble.
Yeah, double dribble.
Fans upset with that call.
Ballard actually made the shot, but it didn't matter. Cotton, minute 46. Looks like Dunbar is going to advance and play in the championship game. Friday night, we'll have the district finals here, boys and girls. Friday night, 6:15, 8 o'clock, right here on PrepSpin. We'll have the complete 11th region tournament next week, William, right? That gets underway at Eastern Kentucky University next Monday night, 11th region. Dunbar is going to be a tough out over there, I'm telling you.
Definitely, and
except for this young girl. I tell you, she got a kind. I was going to say she not a very. She got the free throw. Anaya Cotton. Yeah, we're going to have 11th region preview show. We doing that? When are we doing that? Sunday. Doing that Sunday, William. She knocks them both down. She got the kind roll on the first one, but she couldn't get that one. That bounced around. Down low they go now to Ballard, and she puts it up and in. Ballard with a strong move. Ballard, she has 9 points here, 23. Here's Cotton with a minute 20 to go, 21, 70-54.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not sure why most people have depicted Dunbar as an underdog, I guess, if you will, because, I mean, they're the third best team in the 11th region.
Yeah, they're one of my favorites.
They're going to compete with all those teams in there.
Fullwood, and she still hasn't missed.
Continuing to pour it on. Fullwood.
72-54 Dunbar. Ballard from three. Got it!
Jay Ballard still heaving, trying to keep the Knights within close range. Not if Fullwood has something to say about it.
Fullwood, that's her first miss, and knocked out of bounds there by Humphreys. And we have just 51 seconds, and it's 72-57 Dunbar. They haven't quite put up those 79. There's the pass to Fullwood, those 79 points that Scott County averages, but they're pretty close. There's the big three there nailed by, man, she draws rain with that, doesn't she?
Jay Ballard.
47 seconds.
Abby Middleton, another senior for Lexington Catholic, into the game.
Ballard, she's going to let the three rip and miss that one in front of the iron. And they save it into Middleton. Abby looks for some help, and she tries to throw it back over her shoulder to look like Ballard was cutting to the basket, but it goes out of bounds with 30 seconds.
Another senior for the Knights in Maggie Brierly. And Coach True taking the starters out. Morgan Rates and Hannah Carlisle also into the game for Lexington Catholic. Katie Witt in there as well.
Dunbar 72, Lexington Catholic 57. 15-point lead for Dunbar.
Lexington Catholic still hasn't been to the region since the 2014-2015 season.
Well, they're going to have to wait another year, it looks like, Jack.
Indeed they will, and Coach True will have some searching to do this offseason to try and get his Lady Knights back to the 11th region tournament, but Lady Bulldogs are on their way.
Yeah, they wrote a fine effort tonight by Cheyenne Fullwood and Ellison Cones, and they win it 72-57 over Lexington Catholic. And Jack Haynes, a great effort by Elise Ellison Coons and especially by Cheyenne Fullwood.
Yeah, and if you could give a co-MVP of the game, I'd give it to both of those young ladies. They played outstanding, but Dunbar dominated this game because they were able to get everyone involved, and not just rely on Mashala Cecil. They got Fullwood, who probably only missed one shot, and then Ellison Coons as well. And
that thwarts a 27-point effort by Jay Ballard for Lexington Catholic.
Yeah, Jay Ballard did everything she could to try and keep the Lady Knights in this one. And here's some instant replays from the game this evening.
A big three-pointer by Nash out of the corner there. And then here is the pull-up by Cecil. Boom from three as she knocked it down. And to the basket, and then it comes back. And then the runner, and that's knocked down by Ballard. That's part of her 27. Then there's Ellison Coons. Ballard again. She sure did. 27. There's a layup there by Ballard again. Three-pointer right on the left elbow. To the basket was Peyton Humphreys.
And here come the Eagles and the Knights taking the court. The highly anticipated third round, these teams this year.
So 72-57. Let's give the leading scores. 27 for Ballard. That leads everybody. 22 for Ellison Coombs and 21 points for Cheyenne Fullwood. She was 9 of 10 from the field.
Unbelievable night from Cheyenne Fullwood.
So those are the game's leading scores. Well, great job, Jack. Great working with you. It'll be Lexington Catholic and LCA battling here in about 25 minutes. We'll have pregame coming up here at about the 10-minute mark. It'll be LCA and Lexington Catholic for Jack Haynes and William Warfield. Your final score as Dunbar wins it by a count of 72-57 behind 22 from Ellison Coombs. They win it 72-57. Well, the boys game here in about 15 minutes on PrepSpin.com.